In the areas of border control, we have a scenario where we have about 1,800 entry points. And in Nigeria today, we have virtually about 700 or so that are manned. It means that we have more unmanned entry points in Nigeria than manned entry points. To me, there's no bigger threat to internal security than that. So a lot of resources is needed. After all, Barack Obama said, a secure border is a safe nation. Show me a nation that cannot secure its border, and I'll show you a country that will never be able to defend itself. That is the truth. So an area of border control, the Nigerian Immigration Service needs a lot of help in this particular regard. We're not short of ideas of what to do to secure our borders and to ensure that Nigerians can sleep with their two eyes closed. But of course, we are limited due to the paucity of funds. Purchase of project vehicles, because this is very important for our operations, because we have a monitoring unit. For instance, I'll give an example. Issue of expatriates with expired documents. Issues of verification, authentication, monitoring. We need vehicles to, at the moment, we don't have vehicles. We don't have Hilux vehicles to do this job. If we look at what is happening in Alaba, I think some couple of weeks ago, they came, the association, they came to drop a formal letter, the Alaba traders. They came because now we see nationals now going into resale business, not wholesale, in Nigeria, especially some, I don't want to profile a particular group, but we understand. And that is pushing a lot of our people away. They're taking jobs away from our people. There are so many people in some of these offices that have expired papers. Some, they don't even have the number of expatriate quota. Some might have 10 expatriate quota and they have 50 foreigners. So there are a lot of, it has ripple effect in terms of employment opportunities for our youth. And apart from that, we have a policy, we have a law that for every expatriate you bring, you are supposed to have a number, how many understudies? Two understudies. So the question is, all these expatriates, who are the understudies? Because there are people that have renewed the expatriate quota over and over again. So if you really have understudy, the whole idea is knowledge transfer. For you to be able to let Nigerians learn from you, then you go back, Nigerians can take over the job. But at the moment, we are really, really stretched because we do not have project vehicles. And we think in fact, it's one of the most important things that we need to get. When I resumed, one of the first documents I saw on my table was request for expatriate quota. And what did the person say? The company, one of the multinationals. Expatriate quota, you need to bring in an expatriate to be a storekeeper. How? How? Do you need any special knowledge to be a storekeeper? So these are jobs that Nigerians can do. And it is time that we as a government protect the jobs of people while we are looking at adding more by virtue of job creation.
How many expatriates were in Nigeria that you registered in 2022 and in 2023? Because your job example for me is interesting. You speak to the oil sector, which is the most, if you ask me, I think it's the sector that is the least transparent with regards to all aspects of their business. They are the guys who bring technicians and they rate them as engineers, and they make Nigerian engineers to work under foreign technicians. But it's something that we cannot, at this level, make general or sweepy statements. However, without any of your monitors, Honorable Minister, we can just go out at break time to visit some shops in Abuja, some electronic shops where they sell LG, where they sell Samsung, where they sell even tomatoes, and you will find people who are not Nigerians selling chairs and tables, plastic and all sorts of things in the heart of Abuja. You don't need to pay people, don't pay me, I will do it free of charge. And you will see a number of people who are not supposed to be here. So when you talk of that storekeeper, I see people selling local furnitures. I see people selling radios and televisions in Abuja here. So this is one of the things I said, we must engage you, when I say you, your ministry, that they must they just have to move away from the old assumption that, people can pay and get whatever they want at the expense of Nigerians. And in Kano, maybe I should just mention Kano because it prevails even in Edo State. You will find even granite making, bread making, people hawking bread, who are people of color. I use color now to refer to any non-Nigerian. And these are things you will see, they are not doing it, and some of them live inside the containers. I even believe, I dare say publicly, that there are prisoners who are working in Nigeria, foreign prisoners, who are shipped to Nigeria to serve their prison terms, pay minimum wage, particularly pay the little or nothing based on their country's programs, and you will find them in the construction industry. I don't want to be particular, but if I am provoked, I will. And Honorable Minister, this is a serious issue because even under the WTO rules, prisoners are not expected to work in their country if the product or whatever they are engaged in is meant to be exported. But in this country today, there are people, for you to know that they are prisoners, look at where they sleep. They live in containers. And they are more from a particular country than some other ones. And those things we have to find courage, even if they borrow us money. They should not take away our sovereignty. And they must not distort our commitment to creating jobs at home. And there are many who come here as tourists. If you look at their visa, tourists, they don't have work permit, and they are working completely illegally. While Nigerians are being harassed, not only in Africa, but outside Africa. I think you do have a huge task. And I share your enthusiasm. You have demonstrated within your first month in office what Nigeria will begin to wonder, what is the big deal about passport.